I got us mic'd, Michael. Sorry,
I'm
Michael.
Mike. You had me.
I'm still mic'd. I'm sorry, Michael. I was talking and nobody could hear me. That's all right. Let's do it.
Welcome
To the Legion's Lair. I am Brad Jones, broder of Bjorngard.
And I am Mike Casper, Emir Caspar.
That's right. Tonight, folks, I wasn't prepared, but since this is our episode right before Halloween, this is our Halloween episode.
Oh, this is our Halloween episode.
Yeah, it is. So I figured I would do a little Jesse Arnold Christmas lights behind me, as you can see.
They look fantastic, dude.
Thank you. I wore Dave Orkin's new shirt that I got from Mike the other day that Dave sent to Mike.
Yes.
And I know I bought an Amazon $10 blacklight just for this. And I know it doesn't do it very.
It does it a lot of justice. That looks great.
Yeah, so it looks great. It really does. I can't shut the light off. I'm scared. What light?
Scared? Don't be scared.
Oh, sorry. Dude. Yes, this is. But this actually came in handy, Mike. Like I said, we talked before. I got to see my Vorgus Vermilius finally, and he does glow with the black light here.
So that means you have a Vorgus All-Stars.
Yes, I do. Yeah. So I'm happy with that. So I'm just gonna turn these lights back on in the back so we're not too. It's too spooky, guys. It's too dark. So let me get a little light. So, Mike, tell us about some news.
Well, first off, before I go into the news, just to reiterate to people, Dave Orkin,
yes,
he's the one who made the shirt Brad has on right now. He is Faceless Screen Prints, or is it printing? Am I getting that right?
Faceless Screen Prints.
Screen Prints.
Sure,
and he is one of the big shirt makers within the community. I believe the other one is going to be the one and only Wolf King man himself, Len LaGuardia. So yeah, both. If you guys want shirts made, give either one of those gents a look-see. They are both excellent at it, and Dave has done shirts for us before, and they are nothing but perfection. What do you have there, buddy?
Mike, this is obviously a Krampus body that I threw. This is, I think, the second year I've had this. This is a Eric Miller. Well, first we have Brian Lynn and the Carver Customs torch. But yes, this is a Eric Miller piece. It's one of my favorites, and I bring it out every Halloween.
Dude, that's a perfect match. Man,
dude, it does. Eric says I didn't mean it to do that. I just painted it because I bought it separately, and then obviously I put it on this. It matched perfect this Krampus body. And by the way, this little box fits inside Krampus's backpack perfectly. Oh, so when you're hooking it up, so yeah, there was that as well.
That's pretty neat.
But I have one more Eric Miller piece that I did get last year, and I put it on the new Legion builder. And it's nice head here.
Pumpkin head.
Yeah, and he faded it out. He did a really good job. Really good job. So yes, use your head. Go to Eric Miller table. Yeah.
Well, yeah. If you're going to Legion's Con, you are going to be overwhelmed by the amount of talent there and the sheer.
There we go.
Things to buy. But it is going to be a good overwhelming. You will love it. News, buddy. News.
Yes. What do we got, Mike? We got news?
Well, we still have the 2024 Retailer Appreciation Wave on the water. We will probably see that early December, I would think.
Am I sharing this?
We also have the Graveyard Skeleton 4-pack that went up during the in-stock sale on Store Horseman. But this is the only item that you're able to pre-order. The other items you can get sent to you directly. This is a pre-order. It is supposed to drop sometime next spring, is my understanding. And this pack is absolutely phenomenal. Now, keep in mind, this is not under the name of Mythic Legions. This is one of the Horsemen's special projects that they've done, similar to Demistros.
I did not know that.
Man. Yeah. And this is not going to be in a Mythic Legion packaging. This is going to be in its own packaging, and they say it's going to have a Halloween theme around it. And of course, the one and only Nate Barch will make it look phenomenal.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No
So
doubt.
that was big news for me because I absolutely cannot get enough of the skeletons. They can just keep on giving me more and more, and I will be buying. You know, and I've got to tell you right here.
Tell me. Speak.
Best race in Mythos by far. So much better than those orcs. Right, Curtis? So much better than those goblins. Right, Curb? So much better than those barbarians. Right, Brad?
No.
And I'm just saying, give me more skeletons. And
We're
going to get inundated with skeletons because they're going to start falling when the waves start dropping. So other than that, Legion's Con is 2 weeks away. So we're literally 15 days away from you and I heading out to Legion's Con. Buddy, how excited are you?
It's hard to think. You know what? First, before we talk about that, I forgot about something, Mike. I forgot.
Oh.
So let me go here real quick, and that is, I gotta share it first. That's right.
Oh, the Mega Lair giveaway.
The Mega Lair giveaway. 2 weeks from now, literally the night before me and Mike go to Legion's Con, we will be giving away 20 figures.
And
Cosmic,
one, right?
Mythic, Figure Obscura. There is slogs in there. There's horses in there. There's Skeleton Legion builders. 1, 2. Kurzogs in there. Did I say Kurzog? Is Kurzog? Not Kurzog. Kalazir. That's fine. Kalazir. Kragnar. I think Kragnar is in there. So 20 figures giving away.
And you provided half, I provided half.
Yes.
But I've got to give credit where credit is due. One of the figures that I provided was provided to me by one Curtis Ackerman. On Shooting the Shelf.
That's who you won. That's right.
I won a Bastet, and I'm passing it on to someone else through the Lair. So basically, you provided 10 figures, I provided 1, and the gift that keeps on giving, the inevitable one,
that's right.
Now,
we're hoping we give away 20 figures 2 weeks from tonight. And we hope that all 20 of those people will be at Legion's Con, so I don't have to ship them, and I can drive them right to Legion's Con. And you could already be a winner before you get to Legion's Con. Imagine that. You could already have won something so awesome, and you just have to get to New Jersey and receive it. Me and Mike are super stoked about giving this away. It's going to be a fun night. I guess we can say who we're bringing, right? On? We
Yeah.
can say that. So Chris James, we may have another guest in mind. He hasn't answered back yet, but he would be a vendor as well at the place. And I figure, hey, more the merrier. We'll get some people in here and just give some stuff away.
Yeah. So
It'll be a good time.
Between
Plus, Chris has the pop and swap thing as well, so we'll talk about that when he's on.
Yeah, between the giveaways, we are going to talk anything and everything Legion's Con 2024 in preparation. So I think what we're going to do is have Brad pull up the Legion's Con website, and we're gonna go through the day-by-day festivities and speak with them as we give away.
Actually,
as we give away figures the whole 2.5 hours.
I have a banner. I think I got a banner for that. Yeah, November 5th at 7 o'clock, the Legion's Lair will be doing the Mega Lair giveaway, 20 figures to give away. We would really like to get to 500 subscribers, but it doesn't look like we're going to get there. But we have reached past 200. Let's see if we can inch closer to 3 as we get to
so in order for them to win, they have to subscribe to the channel, correct?
Yeah.
That's the one.
Now, anyone who has seen this post that is up on the screen here on the Cabal, if you are liked and subscribed to our channel, excuse me, I asked that those people commented below for a chance to win on the comment section. That is a whole nother win. It's possible, I said this before, it's possible that you could win twice because the comment section is its own thing. That's for you doing exactly what I asked you to do and telling me what your favorite Mythic Legion was, which then we will also say what that is on the show and talk about it. But other than that, yeah, we're excited. 2 weeks from now, it's going to be awesome. And yeah, other than that, I'll probably post again, maybe something else before we get there.
Yeah, I'll post in the crypt also.
Yeah. But what's cooler than that is our guest waiting in the back, who is a cool dude. This guy came up to StatueCon. He hung out with us. Not a lot of people came, but I mean, he was one of those cabalers that came, and this guy has been known to just straight knock the rust off people, man. I mean, he's something. So what do you say, Mike?
Actually, I think he knocks the rust onto people.
Thank you. That's right. He knocks the rust.
The Rust King himself, Maynard Searing.
Let's bring him on. Let's bring the man of the hour on.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
What's up, Maynard?
How you doing?
I don't know what it is that when I see you, I have to be like, Maynard. I just get this like, what's up, brother? And I've been doing that. And I just noticed that at Legion's or at StatueCon, I picked up on that I do that. I was like, don't take offense. It's a compliment, brother. Yes.
Yeah, I'm kind of hard to offend. Like next to impossible. I figure as much crap as I talk, I should be able to take it.
No, you're a good dude. You really are. Like I said, some people might see you and think you're rough around the edges, but that means they haven't talked to you yet.
Exactly. I'm
Exactly.
just a giant teddy bear. I'm not an asshole at all.
If you see this man, I encourage everyone, if you see this man in the lobby, that you go up to him and have a conversation. That's
well, I'm gonna
Maynard's like, damn it.
I'm going to go with that. And
I gotta talk to everybody.
whoever you see at Legion's Con, don't be afraid to go up to anybody. Just start talking to them. They're there for the community also. Of course, the figures, but also the community. And I look forward to not only seeing Maynard, but so many other people in the community. It's just going to be a fun time.
Cool.
Yeah. So Maynard, we had the privilege of hanging out with you at StatueCon. You were there. Were you there 1 day or 2 days, Maynard? Two.
Yeah, he was there both days. Yeah.
Both days. That's what I thought. That was a fun time. What did you think of StatueCon?
That was a really good time. The best part is I'm 45 minutes away from that place. I never knew it existed.
Oh,
so, and ran into an old friend there I haven't seen in years, which is weird. Our town's not huge, but just don't run into people as much, especially because, I hardly leave the house. That probably doesn't help. But seeing Larry again there and him introducing him to a bunch of you guys. Now he's a fan. He's been buying Legions left and right. So
that's awesome.
Nothing better than getting another guy converted over to Mythic Legions.
Yep. And that's the street teams. I think that's the main purpose of the street teams, to get people into the line. Now, of course, we want to get the horsemen want to get the figures out to different areas also. But I think if the line is growing, the line is healthy. And definitely StatueCon helped with that, from what Maynard just had testimony to. So, well, are we ready to start this? Or before we start the questions here, do we want to let everybody know who's in the feed? Who's in the chat?
Curtis says, looks like the Skellies are advertising with sandwich boards that have Brad and Mike on them. It does look so. Is this it? Yeah. So this Skelly here is me, and then that one over there.
Hold on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Look, I can lean up. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have Curb. We have Omega Relics. We have J-Max 77. We have Dave Orkin. We have Rob Zamora. In fact, Rob was just on. I was watching today, New to Mythics. Rob was on New to Mythics. Please watch that show. Very good. What a good show. I only made it halfway through, Rob. I'm sorry. My internet kind of died on me today for some reason, but I will catch the second half of that show later on. We have Lauren Jones, executive producer. We have Curtis Ackerman. We have Jeff Evans. We have Wholesome Warlock. We have, let's see here, Brendan Higgins. Dork Lair himself.
Yes.
And he says he loves that shirt.
I like Dork Lair's shirt. In fact, I ordered one from him, pre-ordered one, I guess, from him. You should too.
Eduardo De Jesus.
Eduardo Jesus.
Kent Pool collects. Now let's see.
Where do you see Kent Pool? You see Kent? Where I see it?
It's Chris James. We got Chris James. Let's see. Rick Emmert and Tanya McCoy. Let's see. I'm trying to not say Michael Morales.
That's right, Eddie.
Solo Center. And that looks like that rounds that out.
Kent, I'm telling you, what 2 weeks from now, you better be getting a reservation at the pub, buddy. Tradition. Remember, you said it. You said tradition. You said it. So remember, I think it was Kent said last year when we walked out of the pub. He said we should all come back here again and eat. And I said it's a date. So I'm kidding.
there, and Big Dub actually paid. Wow.
Yeah, I'm not asking anyone to pay. I'll pay for my own crap. Me and Mike can pay for our own crap. Okay. I mean, delicious Irish pub food. That's amazing. And it was. I got a smash burger. It was delicious. And thank you, Big Dub, for that once again. Big Dub is the man. Was I know Trevor was there. Was Nate there? Nate Strong?
Nate was not. It was Trevor. It was Ken
Jared.
Big Dub. It was
Toy
Jared.
Bro. Yeah, Toy Bro was it.
Toy Bro EU.
We'll have to get a Toy Bro going on.
So, but Maynard, here we go, buddy. We all want to know what got you into action figure collecting as an adult, and how long have you been collecting as an adult?
Kind of never really quit from collecting as a kid. I mean, of course, there's been big lulls over the years, especially when I became a dad, didn't have the time or resources either. But I started getting really heavy back into it when my daughter started getting a little older and discovered Monster High dolls, which was fun running her all over the world, we called them monster hunts, go find her dolls. And then, of course, I'd walk down, the action figure aisle and pick up a Marvel Legend here or there, or a G.I. Joe figure or something. And then 2020 rolled around. I was bored, lockdowns and everything, nothing to do, and decided to break out my old Marvel Legends collection. And then I'm like, superheroes are what started me into toys. Thor was my first, Mego Thor was my first toy I really, really remember, I had to have. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start selling off all my old stuff to fund this, so I'm not, wasting money on something. And that snowballed. I bought like 1,800 in a year, and that's when I started getting into reselling. So right now, my toy collection funds itself for the most part. Very rarely do I have, what I call my money, and it's usually money made from either selling off my old toys or flipping stuff I find or selling customs.
Nice.
Really hardcore back in the collection for a little over 4 years now.
Yeah, that's nice when the collection can support itself.
Yeah, it makes it a lot more enjoyable to me, being as cheap as I am.
Nice. You also like the hunts. You had mentioned with your daughter. Do you like the hunts, looking for stuff for yourself?
Yes, I really miss that now because the toy sections suck, and my biggest collection now is Mythic Legion. So there's no real hunt there, except for knowing someone that's got some old ones you want, and the Cabal's been great. I mean, I've gotten just here recently some smoking deals. I picked up Otho for under 300.
Whoa.
So yeah, I've gotten some amazing deals on figures.
Oh, cool.
And one of my favorite deals I've ever gotten was at the Chicago Toy Show earlier this year. I had all of the Motu tributes, but Unkin. And Travis had one sitting there. And he had $400 on it, and he whispered a smoking buddy deal in my ear, and it instantly went home with me. I was never thought it, because like I said, I don't want to spend ridiculous money on an action figure, and never thought I would own him. And kind of embarrassing to admit, but I was literally shaking when I had this thing, and I knew it was mine now. I'm like, I have them all.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome. See, stories like that, man. Man, when you love action figures and you get one you think you can never obtain, it's a good feeling, man.
Oh, it's amazing. Love it.
Especially into this day's market, because we've seen Otho go for big money, 5 or more. Even that one guy that did the review on Mythics, I think, had Otho up there really high. Like Nerd Zoic or whatever, is that one of those guys did the reviews? And but yeah, so to get him under 3 is big. And I know people are probably like 3, but
to get Unkin under 3, oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, he's a big
Otho under 3.
There's a handful of figures that are just like, those are worth big money.
Yeah. Maynard,
Yes.
how did you first start to come to collecting Four Horsemen studio product?
All right. You guys know who Scott Wiles is, correct?
Yep, sure do.
He's the man.
Local area dealer. We had a bunch of small shows in my town, and when I first got back into collecting, Steve was like, "Well, we got to go to this. Come on, I got to introduce you to this Scott guy." I'm like, "All right, let's go meet Scott." Well, he had him sitting on his table. The first one I seen was Chronow, and I'm like, "What are these expensive ass, generic looking knockoff Masters figures, dude?" So he starts telling me about them, and just the price point had me like, "No, oh no." Loved them, thought they were cool looking. And at that particular moment, I'd just gotten in, and I decided I was 100% focusing on Marvel Legends. That's it, nothing else. And well, then when Marvel decided to up their price a couple times, $20 was pushing it for me when they jacked it up to 25. I went from buying everything, just buying things to fill in teams. So I'm like, well, let's give these a shot. So went to talk to Scott at another local show. He's like, all right, I brought in some Legends to trade in, and he didn't have any dwarfs because that was my major want at the time. But skeletons were a close second, so I ended up trading him some Marvel Legends for Tibius. Got that thing home, got it out of the package, and my first thought was, "Oh my God, did I just screw up big time? I'm going to be spending a lot of money," and I
have. Well, it comes down for me, Maynard. It's the only thing I collect other than the occasional Mondo Masters of the Universe. But in order for me to get a Mondo Masters of the Universe, it has to be the 1982 first wave. Because that's really the only wave I care about. So do you see that? You said that Legions were what you mostly collect now. Do you see it's going probably more towards the only thing you collect?
Aside from, because I have like close to 1,000 Marvel Legends. So unless it's Thor, Iceman, or someone to fill in a team, I'm not buying it anymore. I'm not buying my 900th Wolverine but 99% of what I buy are Mythic Legions.
There you go. Yep. Wow.
Now, especially once I really got into customizing, because they're just so much easier to customize. Popping apart a Marvel Legend, it can be done, but it's a pain in the ass. Design a little heat and it just pops right apart, and I'm cleaning it up and getting ready to paint. So,
well, let's transition into the customizing aspect of it then. You're known within this community as the Rust King due to your skills at painting amazing rust effects on figures, especially skeletal figures. What started this creative outlet for you? What started the customizing?
Once again, Marvel Legends. They made one really obscure Reaver. I love the Reavers. So I'm like, well, I've got parts, I can get this guy, and I can make, because they came with Skullbuster came with a head to make Reese. Well, Reese, Cole, and Macon all basically had the same helmet on, so a little paint work. Paint one into a black guy, another one give him brown hair, and get a Rage action figure and swap out some parts on them, and you have some cool Reavers. And then I bought a K2SO to make Pretty Boy out of, and then it kind of snowballed from there. And like I said, once I discovered Legions, I think it was the third figure I bought was a Skeleton Legion builder, and loved the figure. I'm like, this guy looks so cool. But I'm looking at him like, he's rotted down to where he's nothing but bones, but his armor's so clean. So I jumped on the old Google and said, what kind of paint do they have out there that I can do rust effects with? Found Citadel, and I tell you guys, I have zero skills. It's all the paint. I have a little vision and I can make it look cool because I spent days looking at rusty armor before I did the first one. But a good 90% of it is the paint. It just makes me look good.
Nice. Well, it's also the skill of the
I would definitely say there's some skill there, and even the research. A lot of people, when me and Casper, Mike got to go to Brian Almeida Duarte Studios last year. Right next to his studio is a computer, and on the computer is all this research that he's looking up. And like if he whatever he's doing, if he's building an old barn, or he goes and does all this research on it to make sure it's authentic. And even that is legit. I mean, to take that time to know what you want it to look like or get some ideas rather than just go into it blindly sometimes is, obviously knowledgeable and to have some skill as well.
Yeah, that dude, oh my God, man. Wow. His setup too, man.
Yeah.
Talent.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike. But I never thought about doing that type of intense research. I never thought about creators or customizers doing that type of research. It just never really crossed my mind. But to see that, and then you just mentioned that, yeah, that's cool that you would look something up, give you some ideas.
I would think that the customizers would do both. If they want to make something as realistic as possible, they would have to do the research. Or if they would want to make a tribute to another figure, they would have to do the research. But I'm sure there's also times where they just want to make something that pops out of their head and that they can just go.
Oh, yeah. Some stuff. And like probably with you, you can probably say this, Maynard, after doing so many Rust customs, there's probably things where you're like, I know what to do to get to this point. Maybe I'll try something different to see if I get a different effect, or just, did you ever try that? Or maybe just like a little part, you'll just maybe do a different something.
Oh, definitely. No, I look at my earlier stuff and I fight the urge of going back because I like it, having it kind of like, was seeing how my work has evolved. But
no doubt.
My early stuff, I think, sucks compared to what I do now.
But it's raw, authentic, though. That's what's kind of cool.
I agree. And then I've also bought, way more tools. I bought a whole Vallejo rust and streaking and stuff kit that has, gives me more colors. It's got some rust colored washes that are really awesome when you want to do like rust running down something. And Clown Baby David, he found this.
Yeah, Clown Baby David, yeah.
He found this paint for miniatures that when you spread it on and then you take your brush and get your brush wet and then move it around, that as it dries a bunch of different browns and oranges. The stuff is awesome. So he and I were talking the other night, and I'm like, I want to see what that looks like over the Typhus Corrosion. That's the Citadel base that you dry brush the orange over. It's a brown textured paint. So he's like, okay, well, that shield I'm working on, I'll slap some on and throw this over top and see what we get. Oh my God. It's going to add such another dimension because there's like just so many variations in the browns and tans and oranges that, like Rust actually has it. It's awesome. I can't wait to get my hands on some and start playing around with it.
I've seen some of your customs, and it literally looks like they look rusty, and they're different levels of rusty. It's just not, hey, it's all rust. It's like really rusty, kind of rusty. There's like degrees of the rust, but then there's some of your customs I've seen. It almost looks like you just powdered them with dust. Like it looks like there's a 3-dimensional.
There's some kind of medium in the base paint from Citadel.
Gotcha.
And I learned first time I used it. I was relatively new to customizing at this point. I'd done a few small, Reaver projects before that. I did my version of Werewolf by Night. And so I had all these brand new brushes and I'm all excited. I put down some serious coin for me. It was like, $8 per brush. And I use this brush and I'm putting this stuff in little spots because I'm trying to just do like small spots to start. And my brush turned into a poof ball.
Oh,
I'm like, oh, well, that's a lesson learned. I'm going to use crappy old brushes to put this brown paint on from now on. And the best brushes for doing like small spots I've learned are them cheap junk Testors brushes, like come if you buy like a Testors paint kit. Yeah. I have them from back when I was a kid building models.
Tester, yeah.
Because I can get more precision with it, but they're, such hard like vinyl brushes that it doesn't like ruin them, so I can keep that edge to keep it like right where I want it. So just little tricks I've learned, and
that's cool.
And I make fun of Ferone because Ferone's an amazing painter, and he's tried to do it. And if he wants something rusted now, he just mails it to me and has me do it for him.
For Chris,
so I guess it does take a little talent that I didn't realize I had. So I'll do a little humble brag. I got a little sliver of talent at it, you know.
That's what I agree. And that's the thing. The more you do it, I'm sure it's easier for you to do because you've done it, you know, multiple times.
Oh yeah. What blew my mind is not last year, but the year before was the first MuskyCon I went to. And I took some with me. You guys came by and were doing your thing and were showing them off for me. And then when Travis came over to me and wanted to do a trade for some of them,
I remember,
I'm like, oh, you going to resell them? You know, I was kind of hoping he was, because, you know, he gets around a lot.
No,
and then when he said, no, I want him in my collection, I was like, well, really? You know, I was like, holy shit, you know, this guy's got Steve Bisciotti sitting right there doing customs for him whenever he wants. And you want something I did? Then to trade one of my figures for one of the birds, I was like, oh my God, man. I'm like, I've arrived. That's a $150 action figure. I'm freaking ecstatic.
Yeah. You know, your stuff's legit. It really is. I wouldn't just say that.
Looks great.
No, like I said, your Rust stuff is awesome. So it's definitely good stuff. Maynard has a Rust neck underneath this beard. Here's Van. Maynard has a rusty neck underneath his beard. I've seen.
And that asshole, I'm representing him, and he's talking shit.
Old Vanimal, Van Johnson. And King has. Let's transition a little bit into Legions Con here. Tell us a little bit about your Legions Con 2023 experience.
Oh, I had a blast because I'd only been I started in February 22 collecting them, and went to that Legions Con that year. And aside, you know, from Travis and his buddies and Scott and Steve-O, I didn't really know anybody. I talked to Chris Ferone quite a bit before that Legions Con, and then last year's, you know, I'd been in the community over a year. I'm somewhat active and got to know a lot of people. And my favorite part about the community and Legions Con is I've been collecting toys pretty much my entire life and never made people that I would actually consider really friends from collecting toys until I got into this. And it's unreal. I mean, to say it's like a family reunion, a lot of people talk about for Legions Con, I 100% agree with it. I mean, can't wait to get there and see Dan Tobin. Haven't seen him in a year. Get to see Chris Ferone. I mean, we might talk every day, but to actually get to see him and interact with him. I see you guys several times a year, so I'm not as excited.
Yeah, this will be our third con this year to see you at.
It will be. No shit. Yeah, that's cool.
Probably would have been 4 because I bet you probably would have went to PowerCon, wouldn't you have?
What's that?
You would have probably went to PowerCon, huh?
Yeah, I've been to PowerCon twice now.
Yeah, but you probably would have went. So yeah, we would have.
Oh, I would 100% win if they'd had it this year. It's one of my favorite shows. I had so much fun there, and I always end up getting some smoking deals from Travis's buddies at it. So I got a Cador last year for what was it, $150?
That's a good price on that figure before it came out in the.
Yeah, I was stoked. He was another one of them that I, didn't think I'd get because I didn't want to pay that kind of money. I kind of did my version of the Gladiator Barbarian Knight scenario he is because I didn't think I'd get him. So I'm like, I've got these leftover parts from customs I've made, and so I just made my own. No, I mean, not remotely like him, just of the idea behind him of a knight that ended up becoming a gladiator, then took off and joined up with Noble Bear to, now he's a little barbarian guy out there running around. He's a Brad running around.
Van says, we rolled up to Legions Con 2023. We hadn't even checked in yet. I hear somebody hollering my name. I look through the window of the hotel lobby, and Maynard was giving me double birds.
Yeah, and the birdie, baby.
Had to greet him right.
Dude,
Maynard,
totally see
how
that.
excited are you for 2 weeks from now?
Oh, I'm really excited. I mean, first of all, the armory experience, I'm dying for that. Just something different. It's going to be fun.
Yes.
I mean, I get to kit bash before I even own it. I mean, how fun is that?
It is fun. It is fun.
And, and then just seeing people. I haven't seen Dennis Derby since last year.
Yeah.
He was a huge help in my early starting to do customizing, him and Brian. And just so many people I can't wait to see. And, picking on Gerard. I like giving Gerard a hard time. At the last PowerCon, the year before, right when me and Steve-O just got out of line. Now, mind you, me and Steve-O were really new into collecting line at this time. We just got out of line, just paid for our stuff. He brings out a case of Hagnons. So me being, the smart ass I am, at the next year PowerCon, I tell him, if you ever pull something like that on me again, I'm going to punch you in your head. And the look on his face at first was like, and then he started laughing, but he was like, I don't really know this guy. He's threatening me with violence. I mean, then it like clicked, he's just being a smart ass. But just the look on his face was priceless. I was like, well, I forgot. I don't really talk to this guy much, and he doesn't really get.
Yeah, he probably didn't know your humor. He was probably like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna be hit by this man."
I'm gonna walk up to get my badge at Legion's Con. He's gonna be like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, that's great. Oh, well, hold on. Now, last two weeks ago, we had Jackie on, and we've all heard about Pinky the Pig. And Jackie even mentioned when we said Maynard was going to be on, she goes, "Oh yeah, Pinky knows Jackie, or Pinky knows Maynard."
Yeah, that pig molested me last year. Oh, and she couldn't breathe. She was laughing so hard when I said what I said, and I couldn't hear what she was trying to say to me. So I'm like leaning in and I'm trying to listen, and it was just nothing but her laughing her ass off. I'm like, well, at least I know she's got a really good sense of humor. I mean, she didn't mean to do what she did. She can't see.
No.
I sure wasn't letting it go either, because that's just how I am.
No, yeah, we were probably drinking and stuff. And I just remember you being like, "Pinky, grab my dick."
I want to say on our show, she had her hubby in the pig.
You know what? I think her husband's name is Brian. I give Brian all the respect in the world for going out and wearing Pinky outfit for his wife. Give that guy a hug. I love him. That's something I would do. I could see Lauren being like, "All right, I need you to put on the outfit just for a little bit."
Oh, dude, you would.
No one will know it's you, and I'll be like,
long as you don't talk, we might not figure it out.
Yeah, no, he had to. He was just a shake head up and down. Yes. All right, is it that time?
It is that time of the show, Maynard. It starts to get hot in the Legion's Lair about now. Ooh, bring up the heat, Brad. Bring up the heat. Because Maynard, you are now in the hot seat. Brad, did you send him his flame retardant undies? He can wear.
I did, but I don't know if they reached him or not. So,
you know what? I just thought of.
What?
We need to start marketing boxer shorts with our logo on it, saying "flame retarded hot seat undies."
I want Brad's face right on the front, though, where there's also going to be the little flap hole,
Let's talk to Dave. Let's get our logo in the middle and say, "Are you ready for the hot seat with me and you on the sides?"
There we go. Oh my God. Oh my God. But
here we go. It wouldn't be a hot seat without Chris and Jordan throwing up those gang sign flames. Get it? Gang signs.
But Maynard, it is called the hot seat because you have to answer some spicy questions.
Getting it on.
Are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm always ready.
Damn. Confidence. I love it. I love it. Okay, number one. What is your favorite Legion's faction? or affiliation? And can you
gonna,
explain why?
I'm gonna have to go with Noble Bear.
Oh, yeah! Oh,
Maynard has the power to be knighted.
Mostly because it has my absolute favorite figure out of the entire line, Torgan. Love that guy.
Torgan.
It's a barbarian dwarf. How much cooler can you get?
That's awesome, dude.
Yes.
Well, you are now official knight of the
Right.
league.
Yeah, you're knighted. I'm sure you'll get knighted again if you're talking about Noble Bear here early, baby.
I'm still gonna overcome you, Brad. You are not taking that question today. I have faith. Number 2, my friend. What is your favorite Legion's race, and can you explain why?
No, we're gonna go with the dwarves because since I was a small kid, first got into Dungeons and Dragons, dwarves have always been my favorite, and that's why that new one in All Star 6, that skeleton dwarf. Oh my god, I'm like,
yes,
in love.
really.
Old Bone Splitter.
Really.
He's probably going to take the top spot for me, especially for customizing, where I can take his little leg bones and make me more dwarf skeletons and rust them up. Well, I'm going to have a blast with that figure. But as it stands now, I'm trying to keep all my answers to what we have in hand to make it easier, because I've learned there's been a couple in the past that I thought I was going to love. And when I talk about love, I'm talking for customizing more than anything. And I was just kind of like, meh. And then ones that I was like, yeah, I'll only get the one in my all in of that. I'm not going to use that. And then I'm like, yeah, I need to go to show and buy like 8 of this guy. So now when I do an all in, I do one because I see them at so many shows in the Midwest now. And I can see them, 5, 6, 7 times a year, easy, within, a couple hours driving distance. And especially now that Travis is doing it at the Chicago show on occasion. So I've learned to get them in hand so I can really get a look at them and decide who I need multiples of for customizing. Because, that's my favorite part of the line, is just it lends itself and is designed for customizing. Love it. It's just amazing to me.
Absolutely. I myself, I got to tell you, I love popping and swapping.
Sorry, I'm just reading Rob's comment. That was hilarious.
I actually spit up a little bit. I was like, that's hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, it does. It does. That's funny. Good one, Rob. That's good.
But the popping and swapping, I love that. Now, I do also customize, but I found out in the last few years, I haven't had that much time to do. So I will coming up here to where I can get into the painting more and more. But yeah, the customizing, I mean, let's put it this way. These are the Legos of action figures.
Oh, yeah.
He said it. He said it.
Without
I agree.
Maynard, what race that doesn't yet exist in Legions would you like to see?
Now, this one I had to do a lot of thinking on. For me, I wanted to kind of keep it in the vein of where they've been going with the line, and something I would love to see that I think would go well. And I also took into account some of the things I've heard fans say over the years that I've been involved. Gnomes. I would love to see their take on a gnome.
No kidding.
Gnomes are cool. Gnomes are cool.
So that would be like a gnome would be like, what would you say a gnome would be? Like half a goblin, half a dwarf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've heard a lot of people say they want halflings or, smaller people. Of course, I don't know how you can get smaller than a goblin. Come on, guys.
Well, I bet you can.
But I guess you can.
Have a 2-pack and he's 37. They're 37 bucks.
Mike, boy, that is good marketing right there, Mike. I like that.
Hey, Jeremy Gerard.
Jeremy, are you listening?
Are you listening, baby?
Cut them in half and you give us 2 little baby figures for the price of 1. Boom, enabled.
Yeah. Or you give us 1 with a shit ton of accessories, but I'd rather have 2 figures.
Yeah. 2.
Maynard, can you tell us your top 5 favorite Legions figures?
Yeah.
And why?
Let's see. My absolute favorite, not just Legion figure right now, it's my absolute favorite figure ever made in the history of action figures, is the Skeleton Legion Builder 2. I've not had that much fun with a toy since I was a kid. Yeah, and that head on there, so cool. But I just, it's, I'll be, like most grown men, I don't have the imagination I had as a kid, but those things have so much character to them. And I found myself just sitting there for hours, just messing around with them, posing them. And
then you're like, hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragdoll girl.
Oh, man. So that's number 1.
Yep, number 2 would be Torgen. I mean, I already mentioned him. He's, for an actually named character, nothing's better than the Barbarian Dwarf to me.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I like Torgen, that little brown noser.
He does have a brown nose.
He does. I told you. He was up, he was sniffing Ragnar's.
Oh, that head sculpt is so amazing. I mean, just cool figure all around.
It is.
If you love dwarfs.
He was one of my first.
Technically, Torgen is kind of what got me into this line.
Yes.
It was Mike's Torgen. So I needed to get Mike's Torgen. So Torgen is technically.
I went to Scott's house to see his collection when I was first getting into the line. And I already really wanted dwarfs. And he had like a ton of them. And I walked in there and I saw them. And they were in a low display cabinet. I'm down on my knees, like my face pressed up against the glass like a little kid, drooling. I'm like, you're going to have to clean your cabinet when I leave, buddy. Sorry.
So you saw Torgen that day for the first time?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
And Bromden and he had pretty much all of them, like the super expensive ones.
Nice.
I like Halmir. That's one of my favorite. Halmir.
He's up there for me too. I bought him a couple of years ago now. I got him and the mage guy. I'm drawing a blank on his name.
That is the mage or the Jaroon Rune Shaper.
Yeah.
Yes, I got those 2 from a guy in the Cabal for a great deal. And when I got him in, I'm like, oh my God, his mismatched pauldrons, that beard, he just that great hammer. He's just awesome.
Yeah, I would say Halmir is my favorite dwarf without a doubt. Well, hold on. Scally might be my favorite dwarf now, but Halmir is awesome.
Yeah, I think Scally is going to be my absolute favorite figure in the line when I get him in hand.
Yeah. What's number 3?
Bromden.
Not
only is it a killer looking figure, but that alt head to make guards for him, just so much shelf presence, and his head sculpted, the crown. Oh my God, it just looks so cool. His little fur piece, like just put him over the top for me. Just in his color scheme, love the figure.
Well, and with Advent of Decay figures, they came loaded with stuff because of the Kickstarter process. I mean, that Kickstarter, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was just under $1 million. So they kept on having to do add-ons. And at some point, they couldn't do any more figures because I want to say they had 43 already made. So they had to start adding accessories to the existing figures, weapons, heads, stuff like that. And those figures are probably including Torgen, or not Torgen, including Bromden, and the bronze, not the Cavern Dwarf. No. These are two figures that are just loaded with accessories because of that process. Number 4.
Who did I have on my list? I had a list and I forgot to bring it up here with me so I wouldn't forget. Oh, it was Adamon.
Ooh, Adamon, He-Man tribute.
Yes, that just the colors they chose for his armor.
Perfect.
Just his accessories, the gray straps were just so neat to make his, his armor for him for He-Man. It was just so creative. I got barbarians are probably, my number 3 right after dwarves and skeletons. Just love them.
Nice.
It's such an interesting take on the tribute and how cool he looks just as a mythic. And early on, I didn't much like the tribute figures, most of them, because of the bright colors. They kind of clashed on the shelf with your regular legions. And I had a few because I went to the 2 power cons. So, of course, I had, the ones I could pick up there. And I kept getting Chronow in lots I bought. I probably had 5 of him and used him for customs. So then I'm like, okay, this guy just keeps showing up. I'll just leave him. And I had the She-Ra tribute. So I put that few I had together just, to get a look at them all together. And then I went, oops, I messed up because they look super cool as like their own display.
Yep.
So then I had to start finding the older ones, which were all expensive. And thank God for the community and the cabal, because I have nowhere near, I probably have less money in all of them I had to buy than what like Unkin normally goes for, or right at what, he normally goes for.
Damn, that's sweet. Wow.
Well, I got a bunch of them from Scott that I paid next to nothing for. I got Perlor, the Evil Lynn tribute, and Moss Man from him for like trivial amount of money. So it pays to have friends and an awesome community that looks out for each other.
It does, without a doubt. Number 5.
Now, just because I had so much fun doing my 12, it's the Relic Guard. That was
kidding. Wow.
Okay. I like the Relic Guard.
Oh, when that came out, just colors thought were cool, and then I made my first, my version of them. So I didn't just 12 of the same figure standing there, and I used Valak limbs and his waist armor, and a Dubon head that I repainted the hood black, and then Valak's little collar piece, in black, and came up with this killer archer. Well, after I did him, I ended up pigeonholing myself in, because I'm like, well, he's all 4 horseman parts. So now the other 11, I'm only using 4 horseman parts on. No third party, no 3D, no nothing. So that made it a little more difficult, but I had a good time. It was fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. I officially don't think we've had a Relic Guard on one of the lists yet.
No.
So that's, and it is, correct me if I'm wrong, the Relic Guard, of course, is a Templar style figure with the white.
Yes, with the black cross.
Yeah. White and black. Almost opposite of Sir Gerard's.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes, complete opposite of the Dark Templars.
Dark Templars, yep. Okay, buddy. Now it is getting even hotter, my friend. Your beard is starting to moisten there. Do we have any fans for him? Any hankies he can wipe the sweat off?
Here, have some water, Maynard. Up on your head, right here.
I'm just gonna have to drive a drink of this Coke
on his head.
Here we go. Oh, dang. Oh, hey.
Yeah, drink up, Maynard. Drink
His
up.
Coke. He's good, baby. He's good.
Smoke up, Johnny. Smoke up.
Okay, Maynard, what are your 3 least favorite Legions figures and why?
Number 1 is super easy. This was the God, I hate that.
Oh, snap, baby. Woo!
And this is the Jesse about it.
The dog's even barking. That's right, Ozzy. Yes.
That cutesy head, I just never liked him.
Okay.
I have a special name for him, but we'll leave it off your show. So,
well, Lauren calls him 2D Troll Face.
Well, if you guys remember, Travis called him Snitchel Snatch. And I thought that would be a wonderful name for a female one.
Snitchel. Which is
Oh, you don't remember that, Brad? I think you just killed Brad, Mike.
He did. On one of the My Wife's Gonna Kill Me, on Legion's cast early on, he couldn't think of.
True? Did he really say that?
Yes, Snitchel Snatch.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I can't wait to see Travis.
Oh,
Hold on.
So that is, I mean, he is a beloved figure. I am shocked at that, Maynard.
Oh,
but I think Mephitor might be number 2 then.
Actually, the head done in the black and white doesn't look horrible to me.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's not like, oh my God, I got to have him. The only reason I own him, Brad's about to kill me now.
I need someone to make me an X-rated version of Snitchel Snatch.
I don't know if I could handle that.
And put it on My Wife's Gonna Kill Me support group.
You're gonna take out the little plug and put some hair around the hole for you. What are we doing here, Brad?
Oh, God. See, this is talk to Maynard in the lobby. Talk to Maynard in the lobby. I'm telling you, man. You don't have fun. Don't talk to Maynard in the lobby. Woo! Oh God. Okay, number 2.
Oh, Lord Dragul. Just not a fan of the color scheme.
Okay.
The alternate vampire head with the red on it. I don't like that at all. But he looks cool with the rest of them,
Jesse. No.
I don't like you, Jesse.
I don't think Jesse's watching, hopefully. And then all of a sudden I scroll down to no.
I know. I just saw that and I was done. That's great.
Dude, I can see Jesse in the corner of his room right now, like, no, holding him. Like, no. Like the pallbearer. You will destroy him.
$20 says he avoids me at the whole con this year now. Jesse's going to see me. He's just going to turn around and walk the other direction. I'm not talking to that asshole.
Will destroy you.
Oh my God. Now hold on. But before we go on to your number 3, Brad, what would Arnold say to Snitchel Snatch?
Oh God.
If he rolled up to him in Mythos?
Listen here, you little Snitchel Snatch, little bastard. With your little thinking you're all this and that. You're like 2 foot tall. You're like a little wanky. You're a little puny man. You need to pump some iron, Thistle Snatch. Pump the iron. Get in there. Do some squats. Look at your little calves. They're like little bony skeletons. That's what he would say to him. Screw the flock. Get to the pumping iron. What the flock are you doing? What the flock are you doing, Thistle Snatch? You get to the chopper, you pump some iron, and then you can hold the sword, horseman. Meh.
Yeah, he can't lift the sword, horseman.
He can't even lift it. He's too big for that little bastard. He's a little guy. But I will admit, he needs a female. He needs female Thistle Snatches, so they can make little Thistle Snatcher babies. Look at like Thistle Snatcher babies. Oh God, I love it. Oh, I got a good arm.
Number 3.
All right, number 3.
The Shadow Orc Grunt.
Oh, no kidding. Wow, you got some like Legion builders in there.
That's fine.
Awesome.
You sound drunk.
Just didn't like the armor color much. I don't know, just like none of their figures are horrible. I mean, there's not a figure they make that I wouldn't own. Old Snitchel Snatch. I just pop his little head off, put an elf head on him, and I've got me, a proper Dungeons and Dragons elf going on. But this was the hardest question you guys asked me because I just have to go with I like the least.
Exactly.
Aside from Thistledown's head, there's not really anything that I just don't like at all or wouldn't own. But that
it's like a wet dog.
It's kind of too cutesy for me. I understand why Jesse likes him. Jesse's got that teddy bear kind of cutesy look to him, so it works. It makes sense.
So Maynard just gave a 1-2 to Jesse with his number 2, and then just turned to Curtis and gave him a 1-2, bam, with the Shadow Orc.
But it's funny because if Jesse's picture and Maynard's were next to one another, you guys look similar. Maybe it's just the beards. Maybe it's it's the beards.
9/11 bearded fat guys. I mean,
well, come on. You guys
so he's kind of quiet and soft spoken. Me not.
He is Jesse's good dude. I think Broder has become my least favorite. No, not Broder. It's Amir. He's the one.
Does that mean he picks?
Think about it, Jesse.
Amir Kaspar.
What would Amir Kaspar do if he was walking through the woods and he's seen Thistlethorn?
Oh, decapitate him.
Instantly.
Decapitate him.
Difficulty.
Now, on the other hand, Broder of Breorngard, I could see him saying, "Come here, little creature. You look hungry. You want a little breadcrumbs, a little lamlin's bread," and he throws him a little lamlin's bread.
No, he would probably be thirsty after looking at your pauldrons.
Oh, and then I would think, "Get off me, you little startle, trying to milk me, you little bastard." What the fuck did I do wrong, Marge?
You look like you're wearing his little brother on your pauldrons. He's probably not going to like you much.
Mike, by the way, Adam Power said that LeVar Burton said to say hello.
Did he say hi to me finally?
Yeah, LeVar Burton said hi to you.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, LeVar, you little turd.
I can find a snitch like
Jesse's. Oh my God.
Where has the show's gone? What happens when you
invite me on?
Go down.
Just goes to prove Travis has an effect on everything.
He does.
Oh.
Yeah. Maynard, were you at the Jeopardy on Saturday last year at the Legion's Con? Did you go? Were you invited to the Jeopardy thing?
Oh, my wife was going to kill me, little thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was there, right front row.
That's what I thought.
The court layer at that.
That's what I thought. There was quite a few people, and I know not everybody got invited, but there's quite a few people in there. I'm looking forward to. I just watched a video, and I tried to send it to Travis today of them. My wife's gonna kill me singing the Travis song.
Oh, that was great.
We're like, Trav has become my kingdom.
Cumbersome by
they basically redid Cumbersome and did that. That's a good time. I can't wait for that again.
Old man Kyle was on fire that night. It was last minute filling in for.
He roasted everybody. What did he say about you, Mike?
Oh, my shirts are too tight.
And then he said I look like a Scooby-Doo villain or something.
You do?
You do. He's not wrong.
He said I look like and Brad from the Legion's Lair looks like a Scooby-Doo villain. And I stood up and was like, "Wasn't it for you blasting kids?" It's a good time.
For you blasted kids. Maynard, if the Horseman made a tribute figure for you, what would it look like? What out of the existing parts, what would it look like?
Well, I mean, we pretty much got him coming in All-Star 6. And you swap out his torso to either their new skeleton torso that goes with the normal crotch piece, or metal armor, rust him up, bam, I'm perfect. I mean, it's
Scally, bone splitter.
Yes.
I
mean, skeleton dwarf. I mean, come on, man. Dude's already got a beard. Put a little gray in that beard, well, a lot of gray, and some rust, and we'd be in business. Matter of fact, I'm probably gonna, second I get a couple of him in hand, he's gonna be customized into exactly what I think would be the perfect Maynard dwarf.
Oh man! So Curtis mentioned that he hopes they make a tribute figure to you that is a Fuzzmon. was my.
Well, Jesse says he'd take both of them down. He's all hopped up on Mountain Dew. You never know. I'm always in for a good underdog, and you never know, that little guy could just come out. You never know. I don't know.
Now
I like Yoda come limping out with his cane to that lightsaber duel with Count Dooku, and next thing you know, he's all over the place.
You know what? That's funny you said that, because that's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking me and Mike walk in the room, and then we're like, Snissel Snatch, and then we're like, and we go to leave, and then Snissel Snatch is like, why, if so strong, why must you leave? and then he just starts flinging around, and me and Mike are like, ah! Kicking our heads.
Before we go on to the next question, I just want to throw out here. I was watching Four Horsemen O'Clock, I think last Wednesday, and Chris mentioned something about there's going to be a lot of tears flowing at G-Con. So that I am so looking forward to not only finally seeing the dragon, but to get to see who gets tribute figures, because the Horsemen have embraced this, the community. They love to do that now, and it's something I look forward to now. So G-Con is my Super Bowl every year. I can't wait to see what happens there.
He did say that. He did say that, which makes you think. It makes you think a little bit. We were definitely recipients, as well as there was quite a few tributes last year, other than us. So
dwarves.
I am looking forward to see who in the room may get one, if they in fact do one. Unless he's talking about the dragon's just so big that we won't be able to buy it because it's so expensive. So we'll be crying. We'll be like, we'll never have it. It's 5 feet tall.
Now, my friend, this is the most important question in the hot seat. Okay. What is your favorite tribute figure? Is it the mighty Bjorn? Why can't I think of your name, Brad? Why can't I think of your Broder? I was going to say Bjor. Why was I going to say Bjor? Is that is Bjor the Victorious? That's why. That's the Adamon or Atlas.
Atlas is,
alter ego. Is it the mighty Broder of Bjorngar, or is it Scapular the Crypt Breaker 2 / Emir Caspar?
This one was hard because, I mean, you got what I think is a great fantasy Viking coming in.
True.
But Emir, I mean, skeleton.
Why not knight him?
He's out the ass. And I like Mike way more than Brad.
What a great night.
Yeah.
I just lost my knighthood, didn't I?
2 knighted. Oh my gosh, dude. Brad, what is going on here, dude? I think it's your pauldrons.
Yeah,
I was not.
We have milk allergies.
See, that's why I just, I don't think Broder could ever lose, because people are looking at those, and how could you get through those? They just can't. You just can't. It can't be done. Can't be done. Can't be done.
It was a close one. It was hard to actually pick, but I'm more partial to skeletons. That was kind of my deciding factor.
That's all right. Well, I put Mike up behind us for the win.
Yeah. See, I can see see that eye there. I can see the freaking teeth.
He's peeping through. Yeah, he's peeping through.
There's no mask though. We need the mask.
You work with the swan color.
Mask.
And Brad, Mike cheated on this question too, because we had this discussion at StatueCon.
Oh,
we did. We did. I think we did. Yeah. You know what? Tribute should be either Trevor Williams, PPG 2-pack, or Curtis. Well, Rob, I agree. I would think, and I think me and Mike have all said this, that Trevor deserves one, as well as Nate Strong, and as well as the Dork Lair, Bill Dranowski. I'd like to see them do a 2-pack with an alternate head for Bill, or do a 3-pack. They've never done a 3-pack. That would be sick. Yeah, PPG. But if you do Curtis, you got to do Jesse. So
it would, Curtis
Jesse,
and
Jesse Curtis 2-pack would be pretty cool. I could see them doing a PPG 2-pack because they have some purple soft goods and things that nature. I could see them going, but it's timing. Remember that, people. It's all about timing. I just think me and Mike had good timing last year with what we liked. Just happened to be around the circle of what races and what factions we liked, so it worked out well.
It wasn't us. It
no.
was
none of us are deserving, but at the same time, it's so cool that the company would think of their fans and think of other people in the community. So it is yes, Steph, yes, definitely that would be cool. And I said that before. I think that would be a cool 3-pack, or like I said, like kind of like what they did with the Furious 4-pack. Then they had the Cody Cat head. Maybe you could do a Bill Dranowski head with the 2-pack, or just do their own thing. 2-pack for Saturday, Bill for Sunday, Legions contribute one time or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah,
it would be tricky. It would be tricky with Trevor, because you have to do it in a way in which he doesn't know, like they did.
Yeah, you would have to rename everything and just not say anything. You'd be like, "Oh yeah, this is called Billy Bob's," and
so
not Trevorous.
This is the time in the show, my friend, where we want to see your Legions collection, your AKA Legions Lair. Do you have the ability to do that or no?
Okay, we're in my toy room, so.
Nice. Are you on a phone or a computer or
laptop?
Laptop, okay.
So I'm not going to be able to see the greatest of what I'm showing you, but let me stand up here in my old age. You can see right behind me we have quite a bit going on.
Oh yeah, the whole time we've been talking, I've seen stacks. I see the here. I'm gonna make you big. Sure, you can hear us. Can you still hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, look at those Motu.
Okay, we got the Motu shelf going on. We've got my custom skeletons going on.
Holy Moses. No wonder you won, Mike.
The old goblin head there was painted and gifted to me by Dan Tobin. My dwarf, that's a Chronow head that was my first sculpting job. Then we have some of the red stars up here. We've got one of my absolute favorite things in the world, a dwarf shelf.
Nice. Some good ones there. Some custom heads there you got there.
Oh, yeah, this is a Mickey Nicole. That's Mike. That head was Dennis Derby. This is a Dan Tobin head. Right here, that's a Chris Ferrone custom. Trying to point at stuff and hold you guys steady. I'm not doing a great job, but hey, get my chair out of the way here. Then we have one of my favorite figures in the whole line, Otho. Just that head sculpt has got to be one of the best they've ever done, in my opinion. For non-dwarf, at least.
We see an Otho back there.
There he is.
Yes, sir. And we got my FO shelf that I think is so awesome because there's so much eclectic things going on here. You got literature and mythology and folklore. Just such a neat shelf. Wow. That told me already. And then let's see. We got my flock shelf.
Nice. Ranger.
And
Is
that's
there a pistol thorn in there?
no, sir.
Oh man.
That Orin is a custom by Jonathan Hughes. That guy does some great paint match, I think.
Jonathan
He
Hughes,
did a Sir Valgard for me as well.
yeah.
And then we got my Relic Guard shelf.
Very cool.
And we got the Poxus shelf. And then my trolls, and I can't see, so I'm not sure if you guys are seeing much.
We see
Oh, and I see your little blue Triworks tribute. Yeah.
Those are all customs by Ferrone.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
then we have my absolute favorite stupid thing I've ever done in my life.
That's
My skeleton van.
That is sweet.
Now you found that at an antique store?
My mom found the what's the stage now at Goodwill. It was a housing for a record player, and my uncle and I cut it down a little shorter, and I made the supports for that was just some stupid metal sign my mom found at Goodwill. My mom likes going to thrift stores, so I end up with a lot of my customizing stuff, like all the fur stuff I do for my figures and whatnot, are all things she's picked up for me at shops around town. And
Heck yeah.
That is cool.
Here, let's get it back there.
It looked like the band or the instruments were perfect.
yeah,
Perfect
found them
shot.
on Etsy. Didn't really read about them that much. I just thought they looked super cool. So I'm like, well, they're $45. I'm going to order them. Shipping pissed me off.
Oh,
Then I saw it's coming from Indonesia, so I'm like, oh, I guess shipping isn't horrible.
Yeah.
And when I got them in, the guitars are all wood with actual guitar strings on them. I just thought they were going to be molded plastic and painted.
Yeah.
All the chrome parts on them is all metal. Well, it's just pop metal, but the cymbals are actually metal. I mean, it's got the kick pedal for the bass drum. I mean, it's got everything.
Yeah.
And the drumsticks are molded a little larger, because they're 112 scale, but they actually fit right in their hands perfect. So it just makes me laugh. I mean, that's
Cool.
Excellent.
Mostly because them skeletons are just so freaking cool.
I know. Oh man, I love them. The naked skeletons, baby. Love them.
Yeah, look at that naked skeleton.
Yeah, when I showed them to my mom for the first time, those and the headless horseman, she's stolen for Halloween decorations. Well, my instruments got back, and I'm like, I kind of need my skeletons back now.
No.
Nice. Well, it's that time of the show, my friend, where we're going to ask the individuals or the community that's in the chat to ask you any and all questions.
As long as Ferone's not in the chat, we're good.
I haven't heard hide or hair from Ferone.
No Chris out there. But I get to start off with the first question, my friend. So this is the time, guys. Anybody in the chat, start firing away questions. Brad will read them. Maynard will answer them. Maynard, okay. You went into this a little bit when you were younger. You collected toys. But what were the lines when you were a kid that had the most influence on you?
I'm going to have to say the Mego superhero line was the biggest because here I am 52 years old, and I don't know how much you saw when I was kind of walking around the room, but the majority of this room is all Marvel action figures. I mean,
yeah,
I have a ton of artwork on the walls. It's all Marvel. Oh,
I saw that. Yeah, I saw
Before
that.
we end, I have to show I'll just do it right now while we're talking. This is one of my absolute favorite pieces of artwork I have. It's Jeremy DeWitt.
Oh,
got this at MuskyCon this past year.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I saw
yeah.
that.
It's hilarious. I laughed so hard when I saw that. And just, I'm like, dude, I have to have one of those. I'm not leaving here without one. Remind me before I leave. And he did. And I just, Hulk Hogan was my favorite wrestler when I was a kid. And then the incredible Hulk Hogan, it's so freaking hilarious to me.
He did a good collab with that one. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Had to show off his artwork just because I love it. I'm actually proud to have it in my toy room. I think it's freaking awesome.
Oh, it looks beautiful.
I'm trying to think, I bought a couple things off him. I think I bought it was like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle popsicle that you buy from the ice cream man.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one. That was hilarious too.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, dude. Yeah. I was like,
I just love his humor and his artwork. It's just
he's got good stuff. I had one. Now I lost it. Let me go back here. Oh, what's your favorite shade of rust, Jordan? Wholesome Warlock. Do you even have? Is there even a color shade that you can? Is there such things?
You know, I mean, for paint, the typhus corrosion, because that brown is such a great base to work from, and when you layer up just their rise of rust on top of it, just it's one color rust, but as you add layers, and not in the same spot, of course, you get such a color variation from it, and just
gotcha.
Well, here I've got this guy sitting right here. This is just those two colors, the typhus corrosion and rise of rust, and then let me grab it right quick.
Maynard shaved his head if Four Horsemen said they would make it.
Exactly. Same two paints, and you have these two completely different looks just on the amount of variations you do in the orange.
Yeah, they look fantastic. Wow.
It's time, man. Time. Hold on. Let's see here. Would Maynard shave his head if Four Horsemen said they would make a tribute figure of him?
My beard is never coming off. We had this conversation.
Well, they didn't say beard, or no? Did he say he did say beard? I thought he said head. Okay, so beard. Yeah, beard. No, not happening. Sorry, Four Horsemen.
Well, so now I got another question. Maynard, do you have a full head of hair under that hat?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, now I am jealous. Wow, my friend.
I'm getting a little widow's peak in my old age, but I'm not going bald quite yet.
Nice.
Nobody wins in a tickle fight between me and Mike because neither one of us are ticklish.
And since we share a hotel room, we aren't.
I think Brad would lose because he'd get an erection.
I'd be like, Mike, stop it. It's just always big. You can't stop it, Michael. The pump is always here. Hold on. Hold up.
What's your favorite word?
Action Figure Minute says he has that Hulk pick too. Love it. What's your favorite word? Oh, hold on. I missed one. But yeah, what's your favorite word?
I'm not.
They don't know that. Has anyone talked to me?
F. It's the F word, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm so versatile.
Fudge.
Bob.
Fudge. Omega Relic.
Thor.
What's your favorite superhero? I think you said Thor, but I'm not.
Yes, 100% Thor.
Thor. Okay.
Thor is what started my entire Marvel obsession, my comic book obsession, and my toy obsession.
Thor's a good one. I like Thor.
Oh, he's the lore behind him too is awesome.
I always get upset because, to be honest, I get it. Not Captain America. Captain America's cool too if you watch the Marvel movies. And so is
Iron Man.
But wouldn't it have been cool to have Thor kick some ass at the end and be the inevitable one's ass. I mean, wouldn't it have been cool? I'd have been happy if they would have ended it as Thor being the hey, let me grab this hammer and Iron Man. It was sad. I still teared up. Brad, go hard. Do you remember what figure it was that you custom rust painted that you said to yourself, damn, I am the motherfucking Rust King?
It was my first Skeleton Legion builder I got when I'm like, well, this guy needs to be rusted. And I did all my research and looked at rusty armor and took that into account, what I did. And I used, because I'm not bright. So, okay, this is like the first full-on Mythic Legions custom I'm going to do. And I just bought a ton of Lord of the Rings figures out of the Cabal for customizing. So I used those parts for the loin piece I used on him. I put one of the orc helmets on him. So, instead of just, going something simple and not trying to fit another line's parts on, no, let's go stupid and make it even more difficult than it needs to be. But, I was just looking at him earlier today and thinking, man, I can make that Rust look so much better now. But I won't touch him. I got to leave them how they were.
It's a nostalgia, sentimental.
Some more like Brad, go hard. No, it's go gadget. I'm not even gonna say.
What's your favorite custom?
Oh, there you go.
Recon Ray.
Are we talking ones I've done? I'm talking ones I've bought. I
think he means yours, right?
Yeah, I think it's ones you've done.
Yeah, I would.
My favorite one right now is the one I just showed you, my most recent skeleton. Because first of all, Ilgar bones make anything you do look better. Those dark bones are amazing.
Yeah.
And then I've been putting off for over a year of doing the arrow idea because they're such a pain in the ass to paint. But I finally did it on him. And then one of them dumb ideas that dawned on me. I'm like, drilling the holes, on the shield and just sticking the arrow in there. I mean, it'll work, it'll look cool. But I wanted to leave the broad head on so I could have that rusty head through both sides and just dumb little ideas. And then I tried new things with the sword when the paint was just kind of just a little tacky still. I took my thumbnail and scraped off a little bit on the edge of the blade like he's used it since he's been reanimated. And just little new things I tried, but the arrows were my favorite part. And I tried not to go overkill with them. I didn't want. Then when I was drilling the hole in his chest, I'm like, man, I really, really do not want to paint another one of these arrows. I'm like, some elf shot him when he was reanimated, trying to kill him, put an arrow in his heart. Well, he doesn't have a heart. So I took one of the Xylornian guards arrows, cut the tip off, drilled a hole, stuck it in there, and went, done.
Yeah.
Nice. Isn't it funny, though, how in customizing, the thing that you're most worried about or the thing that challenges you the most seems to be your favorite part of it? I think that goes for a lot of customizers.
I would agree. I've procrastinated on a couple of ideas I've had, like posted them forever ago when I first did them. I did a goblin that decided he wanted to be a knight. He wanted to be in the Order of Aetheron. So my first step was I took one of the kite shields and painted that Aetheron symbol on it like the goblin did it himself, which worked to my favor because I'm not the greatest artist in the world, but I could get the look of it and do it sloppy enough that I thought it looked super cool. And it came out, I thought, awesome. He's another one that I used a bunch of Lord of the Ring parts on too to beef up his armor a little more. Then I hollowed out a Templar helmet, then cut notches out like he cut them out for his ears and slid it over just the unhelmeted Goblin Legion builder head. And he's one of my favorite customs I've ever done. Just bringing that idea I had kicking around in my head for like a year and had seen it in reality.
Yeah.
He was just a matter on getting another Goblin Legion builder in hand to make him out of what took so long. I couldn't find one because I hate, they were getting a little expensive there at that time. And I hate spending $60, $70. I'm just going to chop up.
Well, I got to tell you, Maynard, I think there's going to be a couple Goblin Legion builders in the Mega Lair giveaway.
Yes, there is.
Am I right, Brett?
There is.
Yeah.
There is.
Hope you guys rig it so I leave.
Now let me ask: Is Neve the female 1.0? Is she the one that had the arrows that go through the?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, why did they give Broder that? What the hell? I'm gonna have to talk to Jeremy.
Because she's better and Broder sucks.
Oh, get the hell out of here! Broder doesn't suck.
Hey, I'm looking forward to taking your pauldrons and putting them on Neve. Would that not look badass?
All I know is milk, lemonade, round the corner, fudge is made. I
I'm gonna be stealing his legs a lot because he's got some killer legs coming in for some awesome customs.
Yeah.
Damn, Brad, you got killer legs.
Well, Pace that ugly. He's got to have some kind of redeeming quality going on.
Yeah, I do. Maybe one day they'll come out with Broder version 2, and then you'll get to see the real face of Broder. Because right now, all you see is eyes and a beard.
Scooby-Doo villain.
Scooby-Doo. Nobody wants to. Of course they do. They want to see all of Broder's. If you had to leave all your figures behind, yet you were allowed to take one, which is the one figure you would have to take with you?
Unkin.
Unkin.
Figure I never thought I'd own. Yeah, he'd have to go with me.
Okay. That's a good one. It's a good one. Oh my God. What's your favorite instrument that Justin Bieber plays? The Icelandic redwood harp or the rusty trombone?
I'm going to have to go with option 3, the skin flute.
Oh,
damn! Oh my God, my mind's blowing. My mind just was blown.
Brad's sound effects just made that really weird.
I was trying to do the SpongeBob at the.
I ain't going anywhere near one of those.
Oh, the skin flute. What's Maynard's favorite custom he has bought?
Oh God.
Your favorite bought custom?
Yeah, that's a hard one because I have
he had a lot of dwarfs and a lot of different stuff up there.
Yeah, that one's really hard because it's like choosing your favorite child. Except for that's easy for me because I've only got one. So
the weapons pack shield has it, Brad. You can use that.
Favorite custom.
If I give you a head, I may wait. Hold on, I gotta click on it.
I would have to say my favorite custom is the one that I posted a while ago for the daily skeleton thing. It is the one that Steve-O made for me.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
That was one of my best friends in the world, specifically making a figure for me that he knew was something I would love. Gives it a little more sentimental value to it, and it's a killer figure.
You guys have both given each other customs, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you gave him. I was about to say because he posted about one of the.
What a good dude he is.
Customs he got from you.
Well, that relationship between Steve and I, we've probably known each other for 20 years as acquaintances. But when he saw that I was getting seriously back into toy collecting, I didn't know he collected toys. I posted in one of the local Indiana groups looking for something.
He's like, hey.
People got a hold of me, and now our friendship is, exploded into a very tight, good, close friendship over the past 4 years, bonding over toys. Then, because he and I started collecting Legions together. Scott had already been into them, and then we got into them through Scott. So our journey up until now has 100% been me and him going through all of it together, and we live in the same town, with a local friend. So it's just been awesome to have, made collecting a lot more fun for me because I didn't have anybody else locally that I knew that was, real big time into collecting like me. So me and Steve-O hooking up and hanging out and driving all over the country to go to toy shops or toy shows, or it's just been awesome.
And Steve-O's been on the show a couple months back. I think he was on the Lair here.
Yeah. Sure
let's see. V-Dog. What is the scariest or the creepiest figure you ever purchased?
Oh, none really that creepy to me or scary. It's kind of a hard one for me to answer. I've made some kind of creepy looking customs.
I'm like, probably, I would have to say my Charred Chucky's probably mine. I like Charred Chucky. Charred Chucky.
Now, if we want to talk just creepy looking because it's a shitty figure, some early Marvel Legends, like, oh, that first Rogue they did, that's creepy. That's stuff of nightmares.
Nightmare fuel.
Oh, my God.
What G.I. Joe Classified, I don't know if it's Grunt, but that figure, like, oh my God, like, dude, that looks literally like a 1982 figure. It's really bad. It's really bad.
One of their figures that pissed me off, he was one of my favorites as a kid, was Stalker. That Stalker head, it looks like some 80s porn guy or something. That face is horrible.
I've said this before on the show. It was probably a terrible name. They can't get rid of the name now because he's so iconic, but they're like, we're just waiting for someone to tell us to get rid of Stalker. You had used Stalker as a name. But yeah. Now, we talked about this before the show, and we saved it for this moment right here. J.D. Gibson, when was the last time you shaved your beard off?
January of 1999, because that was the last drill I went to in the National Guard. I had to wear a uniform and had to be clean shaven.
99
years. There's people that retire after 25 years.
25 years.
Wow.
I mean, it's been trimmed down to a goatee, but my chin and upper lip haven't seen the light of day since. Well, my upper lip hasn't seen I couldn't tell you since I could grow a mustache. But my chin hasn't seen the light of day since January of 99.
The answer we were looking for is the Templar he got from me. Laugh out loud.
Oh, Curtis, that one is definitely up there. I mean, it actually made me start to love the Templars. And
Templars are nice.
They're Curtis.
Oh, boy.
And I'm still pissed I didn't buy all of them from you at that show.
Come on. I got a cat.
Oh, snap. What's that cat? Which one?
This is Selena Kyle.
Catwoman. Catwoman. Okay, so Selena Kyle. Nice. What's the one outside cat?
Billy.
Billy?
Yeah, Billy.
Oh, I've got a view of a cat's ass.
Yeah, Billy's in the garage.
He's not back yet.
Oh, Billy's not back yet.
I don't know where he is.
Billy's still out roaming around the neighborhood.
He's whoring around. Don't lie.
Well, he's fixed, but he's probably getting 4th and 5th breakfast.
He's a hobbit.
Yeah, he just goes around and is like, oh, hey.
Nice.
He's a good dude. Steve-O is the dopest. Steve-O is cool. Steve-O's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All my favorite people are little short guys. Van, Steve-O.
Now I'm going to ask you this. I've been asking everybody this, and I've been asking them for a while. And I know you're going to be there, G-Con, this year. What are you most excited for, reveal-wise, when you get to G-Con? Not just the dragon. I mean, I guess you could say the dragon. I mean, is there something other than the dragon that you want them to be revealed this year? Is there something you think could happen or you want to happen?
I mean, I never have earlier on when we were going through the Horsemen, I had kind of an idea. Last year, I had slight thought that it was going to be, those two factions.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure but now, I mean, what do we go off of? I had me. Yeah. I want dwarfs and skeletons. Give me, 3 different dwarf skeletons, another dwarf 2-pack like we're getting in the Exiles Under the Mountain, and then we've gotten a dwarf 2-pack. We've gotten a goblin 2-pack. Well, where's my awesome killer accessory skeleton 2-pack? I would love to see that.
Nice.
And just for Brad, a barbarian 2-pack.
Yes.
Yes.
And actually, that's not even a joke. I would love to see that as well. I mean, and I would like to see more. I would like to see a remake of a version 2 of a bog goblin. I would love more of that because that.
You like the bog goblin?
Because once we got that heads pack in, I was like a kid in a candy store. I've been dying to make a bog goblin. So I went down to the hobby store, went to Hobby Lobby, and I grabbed some moss so I could put a little on his pauldrons. I bought this Citadel paint called Strickland Mud, I think it is, and it looks like it's so textured it looks like mud to put on his feet, because I'm like, if he's walking in a bog, well, he's going to be all rusty. Well, his feet, from mid shin down should just be covered in mud. So just went and took a little thought, and what would he actually look like living in a bog? So I would love to see their take on like that route with a bog goblin.
Yeah, I like that. I like him because he's just a bigger goblin. I think that's why I like. Is it Thump? Not Thump.
The deluxe goblin is a bigger goblin.
Who's got the cage mask?
You're talking about
Gonks. Yeah, see, I like those type of goblins. Bigger, kind of.
Yeah, they're dwarfs with a goblin head.
Yeah,
love that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the 1.0 Buck's the best, without a doubt.
I was having a brain fart. Mud. Curtis says, "You just got a skeleton 4-pack, you greedy bastard." No, he said greedy. You greedy dwarf.
Yeah, but that's like 4 of the same dude.
True.
Yeah, Curtis.
Well, he's just going to take that 4-pack and replace him with the bandmates from his rock band over there, and get a guy on a keyboard and a dual drum. That's what you need. You need dual drummers. You're going to need, so you're just going to need a whole crew.
I've got amps and a keyboard on order because I'm going to do a cold slither display next. I already have magnetic letters painted up for it.
You need the skeleton roadies to help tear everything down and build the stuff up. So yeah, you're going to need some helpers. Yeah, sure.
Definitely. The road crew. Awesome. Well, we got any more questions?
Come on, more questions, people. Got any more? Anyone?
Where's Payne when you need him with some smart ass questions?
Bueller. Oh, let's see. What will you be drinking at Legion's Con in the lobby? What will be in the hand of thy Maynard?
My usual, just my Miller Lite and probably an edible or 5.
Nice. Maynard's taking donations of edibles in the Legion. So not only do you want to talk to him, you're going to want to hand something to him as well.
And I wouldn't turn down a shot of Cuervo 1800 if you wanted to come walking up with one of them either.
My mouth, every time I think about all the high dollar bourbons that were on that one counter in the middle of the thing, like gets me all like back here, where it's just like.
What was it? Friday or Saturday night? I think it was Saturday night. I ended up having to yell at Derby. I'm like, Dennis, quit sticking a beer in front of me. I am so drunk. I couldn't even tell you what my name is right now. I'm peeing every 30 seconds. I'm done, dude. And then the next thing I know, I turn around and he'd be here. That was a rough night.
Yeah, I watched Dennis. I think he drank a lot of wine. And then I watched him and Van finish that little bottle of bourbon or whiskey.
Yeah. No one had a rough
night. See you Van for a whole day.
Yeah.
I checked in with Jordan. I don't know how many times he's alive. Yeah.
It's funny watching a short guy drink the same amount as this other tall guy. And then I watched the tall guy stagger down the hallway. And then the short guy's like,
they're dragging. All I can think is it's midget version of Weekend at Bernie's. Look at this.
I was like, man, I'm thinking they both were sitting there. I watched them both drink the same amount, and yet one walks away. The big one walks away staggering, and the little one was just like,
I went to my room.
And polished off like 2/5 on his own, though. That boy was drinking that night.
Yeah,
I was proud of
it. Good times.
I saw a PPG episode, one of their first episodes, and they had Billy Beige on.
Oh yeah.
And that dude fell out during the show, out cold on his floor, done. Did you guys see that episode?
I
Did
did.
he powerbomb his cat?
What's that?
I said, did he powerbomb his cat?
I don't know what happened.
Like a little powerbomb story.
He just was gone.
All right. Well,
Boom.
I won't tell his powerbomb story on here, but next time I see you guys at Legion's Con in a couple of weeks, I'm going to tell you guys that story.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
Oh wow.
I want to hear it. Look at me. I want to hear it.
Don't make us remind you, Maynard, because I won't remember. Okay. Brad, you're gonna have to remember this one. That's gonna be.
I'll drink with anybody.
Echevarria says, Maynard, we are having a drink together. That's damn right. Oh my God, Rob. Do you think Ross cheated on Rachel, or were they really on break, and does it count?
100% doesn't count. They were on a break. I don't care who he went and screwed.
I never.
You're not together.
Rupert Maynard knows about this shit. Son of a bitch. Oh, right here.
Go
They
bang
were
somebody
on
else
break
for her, though.
and different bros. Right? Right?
Now they're talking about Friends, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. I've obviously know what Friends is. I don't think I've seen all the episodes, but I've definitely seen quite a few. So I definitely know who we're talking about.
I have never seen one episode of Friends.
Oh, speaking of episodes, Mike, you need to get off your ass and watch some Alf. That's some of the best TV ever made.
Never seen an episode.
You should have heard me cussing you out when you said that 2 weeks ago.
Never seen one. I'll have to check it out.
V-Dog says, what is your favorite Motu tribute figure? Which
Yeah,
I
you've
would
already
say Unkin, but I did.
Oh, it's Adam on. You know, he was
Oh,
on my
Adam. Okay, yeah, okay.
I don't that figure just it's mostly the colors they chose for his armor. They're just so freaking awesome to me.
Alf moves the kitty.
But Unkin's a close second, and Keltis would be a really close third.
I could see that.
And whatever the hell they called Manny Faces, that
Operative
yeah,
83.
they nailed that. That is so amazing looking.
My definitely Keltis is my number one when it comes.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah, skeletal. Well, we're up on 2 hours. What do you think, Brad?
It's almost 9 o'clock.
We're up on 2 hours. We might call that an episode.
Well, but once again, will promote before we go.
Yes, please promote.
2 weeks from now, on November 5th at 7 o'clock, the Legion's Lair will be doing the Mega Lair giveaway. 20 figures to give away. Like I said, we'd really like to get to 500. I don't think that's going to happen. We're over 2. Let's see if we can get to 3. We're still going to give away the figures regardless, because that's how me and Mike are. That's how we roll, baby.
Yeah, but we really want to get the subscriptions up.
We really would like to get up high. And maybe we'll go to Legion's Con and promote around. I'm going to do what Matt Paul did. I'm going to walk around the lobby. I'm going to walk up and down the lines at Legion's Con, and I'm going to make people pull out their phones and like and subscribe.
Subscribe, baby, subscribe. Yeah. So, and we are also that episode, we are going to be talking all things Legion's Con 2024, because the next day we are headed to the con.
Yes, that's right.
And Chris James is going.
Yes, Chris James, and we may have another surprise guest. But if not, we're going to have Chris James. Chris James, bitch!
Nice.
Cool. So, Maynard, thank you once again for coming on. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule and letting us examine your brain there a little bit, and letting the community know what you're all about, and letting us see your toy show.
Oh, it was fun. I had a good time. Oh, don't forget, you only have 19 to give away. You know, we established you're going to rig it so I get that Legion Builder Goblin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so he gets that Goblin. Got to get that Goblin, baby.
No, I ended up winning a Goblin. Everyone's going to be like, those assholes rigged it and gave Maynard a goblin.
My friend, it was all our pleasure tonight. I am so proud to call you my friend. Thank you so much, Maynard, for coming on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. It was a great time, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Well, a little over 2 weeks, but close enough.
Yeah,
2 weeks, man.
So,
all right, hang out real quick, and we'll say goodbye to all the other people until 2 weeks.